Nerang and back down into Canungra, the army camp. And it took place between Nerang and just prior to the army camp at Canungra. 3 to 4 kilometres, I think. Once you see something like I saw, you're not really taking too much notice on where exactly it was. It would have been after 6ish because it was dark, and coming around a corner, going down into a ditch type thing. It was pretty lonely. No one else was on the road. I'd say about 30 metres in front of me, this thing just bounded across the road. And I had to kind of put my foot on the brake so I wouldn't hit it, because I know there's soldiers in the area. But once I stopped and realised that was no soldier, it was far too big. Because when I explained it to my fiancée, when I got back to the camp, I said to her it would have been about the size of a fully grown cow standing up and running across the road. It was just huge. It came from my right. It took a couple of steps to get across the whole road. Yeah, and just disappeared into the left-hand side. I think I just drove dumbfounded. All my hair stood up on end. Didn't know what I'd seen. Just huge.
Did you know of Yowies at that stage, or heard anything that these things were around? Or?
Well, the fellas in 10RIC, which is infantry corps fellas up there, they had seen quite a few, they say, but they just, ward off ducks back, didn't take much notice.
Was this at the base or around the base?
Around the bushes around the Land Warfare Centre up there. That's where the infantry fellas usually were.
And there were stories around that what people had seen these things?
Oh, yeah. No, the first time I saw it was actually, it had probably just left the shoulder, and it started, probably took 1-2 steps on the actual asphalt road, and then one into the bushes onto the left. And that's when I said, shit, that was no soldier, because I didn't know how a soldier would run across the road.
So when you first saw the movement, you thought it might have been a soldier in the area?
I thought maybe it possibly could have, but I know how the soldiers go up there, and they just wouldn't run out on the road like that, no.
About how high do you think the creature was?
I would say 2.5 to 3 metres.
Okay, so it was really big.
It was big, yeah. I'm 178, and it would have towered over me. But going by the size and the bulk, it would have been pretty heavy. It would have been twice my weight and a bit more, actually. Yeah, I'm 80. Probably up to 200 plus. I saw hair. That's why I thought it was a soldier, because they camouflage themselves. But yes, it was hairy. It was dark hair. The moonlight was behind it. The lights were in front of it. I had lights on it, and the moonlight was behind it. So it was kind of, I'd say a blackish brown. But it didn't turn and look at me or anything. It just it had its nose straight ahead. It knew where it wanted to go. You
said it had hair. Did it look like it was short hair, like smooth like a dog's hair, or shaggy hair?
Shaggy.
Okay, so it was sort of long?
Oh, yeah. I would say very untidy, I'd probably say each hair would have been, like 10 to 20 centimetres in length.
During that time you'd hit the brakes. Did you actually stop the car, or you actually only just slowed it down?
Yeah, I just slowed it down a bit so I wouldn't hit it. But no, I was just in awe.
Was it hunched over or upright?
It wasn't standing straight up and down like a normal human. It was leaning forward a bit.
Did it have a long neck or a short neck?
Short neck, with the hair in the body. The hair from the top, and it just flows, goes into the back areas. It had a funny shaped head, I can tell you that. It wasn't a humanoid head. Kind of a circle, okay, you got a circle, and then you squash it in each side, and then from the top you push it down a bit. So it's a very odd shaped head, similar to an egg, with the top left part pushed down in a bit. So you just take off the top left part of the egg, and it was just strange. Oh yeah, I suppose you can say similar to a gorilla's head, but not that defined. Nothing like I've ever seen. With the steps it was taking and the way it could bound over the entire road, I would say they had quite good sized legs in proportion to its body, yeah.
Was it walking fast, or was it actually running?
It was running. It wanted to get out of wherever it was going. Yeah, and it was just an unreal, eerie sensation.
And it was quite close. You're saying it was only like about 30 metres away?
Yeah. When it first started from the right-hand side to the left, that's when I thought just another animal or someone running across the road, so therefore I braked it a little. With the moon in the background is probably why I could see a lot more of what was going on, and then the high beam and that. Yeah, I had the high beams on anyway.
So it was quite well lit up?
Oh yes, yeah. But what made it more significant so was that it had the moon behind it, high beam coming down and around the corner. It just looked very, very eerie, very good. I told my wife and my children, see, the way I described it to my wife was that it was like a huge cow standing upright running across the road, because I couldn't think of any other animal that would be